Yo, what's popping? I'm here taking a look at the Philadelphia Fusion after their kickoff clash and looking at their midseason madness. Um, you want to know how I thought about their qualifying round? Take a look in the video above where I preview their game against the Spark. And make sure you like this video if you like it. Comment down below how you think Philly are going to do in the midseason madness, and subscribe for more daily Overwatch League content. So, Philly, they entered the tournament, last seed in the tournament, 4th seed, 3-3 with a +2 map differential. Winners round 1. The Spark choose them. They beat the Spark. It was their closest match of the series because the other one was either a blowout for them or a blowout against them. But this was pretty close for the most part. Oftentimes went back and forth where Spark would maybe lose the Gushway map and then win the Bernard map, and it kept going that way until the push map, where I thought Spark would win for sure because Bernard's in. They look good on this area, but Philly pull ahead because Spark maybe fumbled the bag a little bit. It looked like they should have won in a final fight. They had the ult advantage, they had the positioning advantage, they just fumbled. But Philly did look good. No discredit to Philly. They look great. And they look dangerous, right? They go to the winners finals against Shanghai, and they do, as Philly does, they 3-0 them as they have in their last 3 meetings. So Philly looking very good, looking strong into the grand finals. Who could beat Philly? Well, there's this team called the Seoul Dynasty making a run in the lower bracket after they lost to Shanghai. They go to distance with Shanghai that same day, and then immediately after, 15 minutes later, or 30 minutes later, I forget, I think 30 minutes later, they play the Seoul Dynasty. And they 4-0 them, not even close. Now, this Philly Fusion, this team looks not the same. The confidence isn't there. They're not playing as crisply. It's not fully there. And I don't know if it's the team environment or what it is, but this team crumbled in the grand finals. And you can say, well, that's because they have their rookies. Let's look at their roster. They have Fury and Bellisria. Bellisria is a rookie. They have Carpe, MN3, and Zest. MN3 and Zest are both rookies, and their supports are AimGod and Fixa. Fixa is a rookie. So at any given moment, up to 4 out of 5 members of this team could be rookies. And that was true in some cases. However, even if they had a Carpe Fury roster in, they still looked shakier. Now, talking about this team as a whole, they are rookies for the most part. And this is a solid placing. It's similar to Shock, how Shock placing 4th isn't the end of the world. They were a rookie team mostly, and this is good experience. It's the same thing for Fusion. This was good experience for the rookies. And there's nothing quite like playing in the grand finals. So, why did they lose to Seoul? Seoul were on a roll. Philly don't have the experience. Maybe some nerves there. They got that experience. Maybe next time they meet, they win. Who knows? But this was Seoul's to win, or Seoul's to lose, rather. Talking about their roster more in depth, their Fury roster and the Bellisria roster both look great. They were very proficient on both Zarya and Winston comps. Carpe comes in for MN3 on mostly Koth maps and push maps. I don't love it whenever teams have special things for their 2 players, but I think Carpe was a little bit better than MN3 overall this stage. Maybe you can chalk that up to nerves or whatever. I don't hate playing them at equally, and I don't know, I like it. MN3 definitely has some good potential. I think he has more room to grow in this league, and I'm excited to see him in the future. Zest, incredible. My Rookie of the Year pick, if you watched that video. If you didn't, go back and watch it. I talked about all the rookies and who I think is my Rookie of the Year, and then, spoiler, I think Zest is my Rookie of the Year. So, Zest, looking crazy. He was putting in work all day long. And Fixa, questionable at times, but in this tournament, he played well, and there were no questionable beats like there were in the qualifiers, where he would just beat in, team would just kite, and then they'd come back. Now, that could be a coaching thing instead of Fixa, but I hope he continues to grow and get better as this season goes on. But if he regresses and starts hitting those beats again, not a great look. AimGod, a veteran on this roster, kind of the weakest link. There were times, especially in that Seoul game, where he would be caught out and dove and died, and he was on a cooldown timer, basically. He was just spawn, die, and wasn't a great look for them. So I would like to see him I don't know if he needs more peel. I don't know if he needs better positioning. I don't know what the problem is, but he does, I think, need to improve if the Philly Fusion want to be a contender, a consistent contender. Because Aim God is probably the weakest flex support in the region, right? Or it's him or like Coldest, but Molly's supposed to come in and replace him. So I don't know who else you give it to. I don't know. Aim God, I have questions, but we'll see. So, looking at their schedule, of course, it's a round robin, but who do they play first? Well, they play Valiant Chengdu in the first week back. That is a fantastic start. You get the two out of the three weaker teams that did make the tournament, right? Not that Valiant or Chengdu couldn't win, because Chengdu beat Philly, didn't they? Chengdu literally beat Philly last stage in the qualifiers. But those are the two teams you want early, so you can build some confidence maybe in what you're doing, get some more scrim experience on the new patch, and you want these easier but not wash maps early. Like I wouldn't love charge here because you don't get a good feel. But I think Valiant and Chengdu are probably the best two teams to play in your first week. Really have a great schedule here. Then they play Spark Dragons and then they play Charge Dynasty. We get the Dynasty rematch at the end of the stage. That is great. Love to see that. We'll get to see if they 3-0 Seoul or Shanghai. I like to see what they do against Spark because every time they've met, Philly have looked like the better team, even if they've lost it, I think. So we'll see. APAC's impossible to predict. I don't think a 6-0 is in the cards for any APAC team, though. I think somewhere, some team has to beat them. And I do think that Shanghai are due to beat them soon. There's no way any team gets away 3-0 in Shanghai 3 times in a row. Shanghai are due for a win, whether it's here or if it's in the next tournament. I could not tell you, but I will be betting Shanghai for that probably because they are due for a win against the Fusion. It was the same thing as my thought process whenever Glads lost to Shock and Dallas. I was like, they are due. I'm going to pred them to win the tournament, and they did. So I think Shanghai's due. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching, and have yourself a good one.